Oh man, they got me Ricky from I Love Lucy. Yeah.
Who's that? So basically assembling the front of the engine now, and these are thrust bearings?
Yeah. Torrington bearings.
So smooth. It's like a caterpillar of bearings.
Well, depending on the size of bolt one.
This is
Oil pump.
oil pump cover?
Oil pump.
Or oil pump? Oil pump.
Complete.
John's tossing on the oil pump now. What's this? Oil pump drive?
Mm-hmm.
Chain drive for the oil pump?
Yeah. And the little bugger of a...
Oh, it's got a QA. Okay.
Edit.
Yep. Cut that out.
Much easier.
Higher, lower.
Oh yeah, just fixing Louis. Nah, really just getting a little bit of overspray off of the mating flange for the front cover, just to make sure we get a good seal on the gasket. So not really a big deal. Just trying to stay busy while everybody else is working. Trying to make myself useful around here. Wow. So this is a thermal pellet. It's inside the eccentric shaft.
Yeah, if you look down,
and
down in there, you can see a hole. If you can get it.
Yeah. Anyway, it positions itself inside the eccentric shaft. Essentially, what it does is it actually blocks or creates flow of oil through the eccentric shaft into the rotor housings.
Into the rotors.
Into the rotors.
Yes. And that was for cold start, so it would warm the rotors up faster. The problem is these fail, and you stop. You never get oil into the rotor, so the oil control O-rings melt.
How does it work exactly? So it's spring-loaded.
So as this warms up, as the oil warms up, this extends and pushes this down.
Gotcha.
And allows this to plug the hole at the end.
Okay.
So
when that fails, you get no oil to your rotors.
Right, and then the thing starts smoking.
So then it gets really hot, and
yeah, the rotors get hot. It flattens the springs. The oil control rings, the oil control ring O-rings deteriorate, and then you end up using a lot of oil.
So there's a lot of undue wear. Yeah. So in order to eliminate that, we've got an aluminum part that replaces the pellet
and keeps it plugged all the time.
So now it's always plugged.
Yes.
Okay. Cool. All right, so we're getting close to buttoning this engine up. It's fairly far along, as you can see right there. We've got a flywheel on the engine. This is not our flywheel. This is just a donor flywheel, so that we can tighten it down, torque it down, and measure the end play to make sure that everything is within alignment, within spec. This will eventually come back off This is a cool little tool. It's called a flywheel lock. It bolts onto the back housing and locks the flywheel into place. Pretty cool. So you can actually spin that nut and not spin the whole setup. Send it, John. Give her hell, John. How many foot-pounds was that?
Enough.
He just put all the foot-pounds on there. And
What?
90.
oh,
And the half inch.
I know you guys voted for the dark gray on the irons.
Half inch.
I really like this silver. I think it matches the natural metal aluminum really well. We'll just see how long I can keep it clean. It does look nice. John, what is this? Is this science? Science in a box?
Yes.
A dial indicator, and that is going to do what?
Check and plug.
It's going to check and play. If I knew more, I would tell you guys more, but I don't, and so I'm not going to make myself look like an idiot and try to walk you through it. We'll just let John get his little science experiment set up here, and
We'll go together.
wow, it looks pretty cool, I will say. Let me try to explain this real quick. So this is on the center bolt for the eccentric shaft, the locking bolt.
Yes.
And what this is going to do is show us how much play front to back is in the whole engine while it's assembled. So the eccentric shaft play.
Yeah.
And if it's any more than a certain amount, we have to pull it back apart.
Yeah. Or
And
if it's too tight.
I gotta get it right on the motor because it's still moving on the motor.
okay, so John went ahead and moved the dial indicator away from the original location. He had it mounted on here and we were getting too much activity. So we've moved it here to the block where it's part of the same component, and now he's gonna pull on it and we're gonna watch the dial to make sure that there's not excess movement or too little amount of movement. Our expert says it's good. Send it. All right, so the motor is bolted together. John's gonna step aside and take a little break. He's busted his ass all day on this thing, so he's gonna take a break, and Louis and the team and I are gonna go ahead and toss on our Built to Apex oil pan. This thing's pretty trick. Full CNC, machined aluminum. Holds, I think, an extra quart of oil. Has trap doors throughout, as I showed you guys earlier. If you guys are interested in these parts for your FC or FD, you can click the link in our description. It'll take you to Built to Apex's page, and you can purchase parts from them directly. Really nice products, nice finish quality. Alright guys, well, that's a wrap on the day. It's been a long one. Definitely got a lot done, but the engine is going to stay here overnight. We've got a few more things to do. It is nearly ready to be taken back to the hunt quarters. But we do want to get it together and get it down to the shop. That way when the car gets back, we can throw it in. I'm gonna go ahead and drop off the new action clutch. We've got a twin plate clutch going in, the RX-7. I'm gonna drop that off here tomorrow. They're gonna go ahead and mount that up on the back of the engine for me and get everything torqued down and get the rest of the engine mounts installed. And we've got a couple other goodies to put on. So Thank you guys so much for tagging along today. I really hope it was informative. Thank you so much to DNA Garage. You can find their link down below in the description. Ricky, aka Running Solo on Instagram, he was a huge help today. And the rest of the DNA guys, thanks again to Built to Apex for the sick oil pan. It's a pleasure working with you guys. We've got some other parts from them coming as well. If you have any interest in any rotary parts, check out Built to Apex on Instagram and on the interwebs. Thank you guys so much again. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking our stuff. And thank you for all the great comments. Looking forward to bringing this thing to you back at the hunt quarters to put it together. Peace out.